Good afternoon, I am Takamazak. Welcome back to Final Fantasy V. We in space! Or the void. Space, the void. The void. Oh, I could have just waited here. Even though we've defeated Exdeath. The void will always be. Is it because the crystals are gone? Is the world going to be enveloped by the void? This so-called void. Nah. Granddad? Oh. Not my sweet, sweet classes. Yeah, that's where all the classes came from, is the shards of the crystals. Not my sweet, sweet classes. Oh, I worked so hard for those. Oh, sure, give them the princess treatment. Okay, only the princesses can do it. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. The princesses and the bully. Kara can just, or was Kara first? I don't know. Does it matter? No. Maybe I'm just misremembering something that happened 2 seconds ago. Not the pyramid! The true final boss of Final Fantasy V. Ah, there you go. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Well, we accidentally murdered Leviathan, so Leviathan's not going to be there to protect it anymore. That's fine. And we killed the 3 weird pig things. So, there's nothing to protect that one either. They're just kind of all out in the open for brigands to grab hold of. Oh, it's fine. Look, everything's fine. You guys were worried about nothing. I still don't know why. What is that? Was that Bart's hometown? I don't remember where Bart's is from, because it's been a long time. And I am disappointed I never got to do that one castle with the shield dragon and stuff. But, well, it's being put back. I don't know if it's being reborn. Wow, that haste is really kicking in, too. Absolutely. Good thing normal's where it's at. Normal classes. Aww. Bart's to a lesser extent. And Granddad, yeah, Granddad. Well, the Hiryu is... It showed the Hiryu still alive. Wasn't that the last Hiryu? Was it assuming I didn't go to the Phoenix Tower? Or were there 2? I don't remember anymore. There might have been 1. And Kelgar and Zeza and many other people. The world still needs you! Okay. This place sucks. Let me out. It's fun for a little bit, but... bye. Oh. You guys don't want to leave the void. I guess they're all dead, technically, so... Oh. They formed a Hiryu. Okay. He's coming right for us. Kill it! What would happen if you put, like, a flying thing in space? Like, if you brought a bird into... Probably wouldn't turn out very well, but... Never mind, just a random thought that... Just dragon in space. Now, wind crystal's a little slow on the reforming there. I was going to say reformation, but... I mean, somewhat adequate as well, I guess. Doesn't matter. Moving on. It's so quiet. I can just hear the tinnitus. It's so quiet. Oh, I love... Oh, you cleaned up your garbage. It looks nicer in here. It's Kara. Looks like we were saved. Imagine trying to sleep in this thing. How loud that would be. Is Durgan. We doed it. Somehow it feels... Nah. The dream where you fought a giant tree that we killed and then it formed this grotesque abomination of many heads? I'm sure you're just imagining things. Oh, right, that town. I forgot all about that town. Since then, I've traveled around to various towns. We already did that. And things have returned to how they were before. It's so peaceful. I would never trust a tree again. Moogle dance? I'm sure no Final Fantasy game would have a Moogle dance. Don't be ridiculous. Chancellor of Tycoon is in good spirits. Look at Ferris. How dapper. But Ferris seems worried. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Ferris's thing to be in a castle all day. There you go. I mean, you probably could have just... You are the princess of this place. You could have just walked out the front door, probably. Castle Bell is having problems. That no one to succeed the throne. Oh. Well, there's a Moogle. King Moogle! Isn't Kara next in line? Or is that a different... Well, I mean, yeah, you're the only kin of... Actually, who are her parents? It never went over that, did it? Because Galuf is Kara's grandfather, and I don't remember it ever going over who her parents were. Tara leaves on her journey again to be with us. They probably mentioned somewhere along the line. It's just, yeah. Burbs. Ah, it's hatching a Yoshi. Oh, dear Lord. Ah, triplet Yoshis. Nah, I've had enough, bird. We're good. Ah, look at them. How could you... Oh, but they're wiggling their little butts. How could you not appreciate it? Oh. It's been 1 year since then. Lena and Ferris are busy with everything at their castle, and Bart is left on another journey. So I think I'll go to the place where Grandpa sleeps. She's going to the void. Oh, right. That's all a letter. If the others come asking you guys about me... I've gone to class grind. She'll have them all mastered by the end. You all did just swell. Hot diggity dog. Yep. Oh, right, I remember that. Star Sparkles! Oh, you hate to see the tortoise in the water because it's going to drown because it can't swim because it's a tortoise. Just bringing back memories, huh? Right, the time you killed Kelgar. Let's not mince words. He killed Kelgar. After that, Jesus. I remember that too. When we found out Ferris was a girl. Yes, I'm well aware of who that is. Thank you. All right. Forgot about that. Ooch. This took us a couple months to complete, so some of these scenes I don't recognize anymore. It's the only thing with RPGs, man. They take a minute. Oh, right, that's Lena. I was going to guess that was somebody else. Sildra. This one's Sildra. Now that's not Sildra. Oh, God, I'm terrible at these guessing games. I forgot to put the back on. I got a new mouse, too. I thought maybe you'd be happy with him. I'm happy with that. I don't like a pluggy-any mouse. I want it to have batteries. Ah, right. The time he got destroyed by a child. Ah, right. The time she came in with Star Sparkles. See, Star Sparkles is the ultimate magic of... Look what it did. Look what it did. Star Sparkles overpowered. There's no class that learns that. You either know it or you don't. Look at the two people who knew it. Kara and X-Death are the only two that knew that spell. It is unlearnable. Forbidden blue magic. We never learned it. I didn't have learning on when X-Death hit Kara with it, so we're just screwed, I guess. Oh, we're getting a real good zoom in on this forest. I don't remember what was in this forest. Dark Chocobo? No? Oh, the tree, the guardian tree. Right. Oh, that's right. That's where, yeah. Well, yeah, it makes sense. Well, not really. You got the homies yet. Not all alone. That's how you get on a Hiryu. Right, there's where he saved her. Then he tried to keep the power of destruction for himself, and it didn't work out. Seems to be doing okay. Yeah, there you go. The homies. Yeah, we're just up in this tree. Don't worry about it. We were here the whole time. You've come. That's nice. Abba, who essentially half carried the team. Arguably, Bartz was the most useless one in the way I played through it, but even he had his uses. He was doing pretty good with the crits there. I didn't have him with the dual wield. Ah, she's just a kid. It's okay. Burbs. Great, they... Oh, wow. I thought we were getting pooped on there for a minute. That we will. I can't push it along. It's going at the speed of end credits, you know. Just like that. Okay. Oh, man. I feel like I already talked about all the stuff I liked and didn't or whatever about this game during the final segment here. It's taken a minute. Oh, I should just cram it all into one episode instead of breaking it up. I don't like to make videos longer than about 20 minutes if I can avoid it. The murmur of water. The flaring of fire. Does the earth whisper? I mean, at 7, it kind of screams, but... I don't know, but... I can hear it. It was bird poop. Why? Why are we doing this? That's not the exit. They're just hiding. I know the map. That's not where you... Oh. Hi. Triple burb. Ooh, a backwards flying dragon. Look at that. What a way to go out. All right, there we go. We finally done it. Again, I was probably a little overpowered with the class grinding, which made sense why my levels weren't growing very high. I mean, it seems like 40 is typically where I end these games, like right around there. I think we were 42 and 41 on Homegirl at the bottom. That would have been the only reason I would have been able to defeat Shinryu in a normal fight, is having them offset by 1 like that. Again, like I said during the last little bit there, I could have done a lot more to prepare. Like, obviously there's no way I would have seen him coming, but his lightning damage didn't really hurt, but his water damage and his ice damage was instant death. But there are coral rings for that. I think I found a coral ring through a drop. I mean, if you want to go crazy like that, there's not really any other way to protect as far as I know. Ribbons would have been a very good idea there, but I kept them on the gold hairpins. I think I probably got close a few times, just letting Ferris get the cracks in whenever she was able to with X-Fight and a dual-wield combination. That is a crazy combination. But, yeah, but I think this is the first game. I don't remember how 4 worked with the classes. Is this the first one that would really let you customize how your characters developed? There might have been a few too many classes. Like, I'm sure they had their uses, but it was nice to have, like, in my head at least, the Time Mage and White Mage and Summoner were obviously the 3 best choices for magic. I could see Blue Mage having a use, assuming it learned... I'm very sure there's a White Windish spell. I think I went over that. White Wind is a healing blue magic, but I never happened to find anything. It's just a little too much work if you're just playing through it not 100% blind, but for all intents and purposes blind. It's a little too much work for me to go around the world, even though I did, again, looking for blue magic, to just find the whatever thing happens to use that. Because it is a lot of work. You have to go through and control every individual monster and take a look at their moveset and then cast it on yourself. And it's just a significant amount of work. The only reason I did it is because I got bored fighting squirrels and just went back through and decided to change my scenery a little bit. I didn't try Gil Toss. I don't know if it ended up being okay. Maybe it would have. I think I'll just let it play through and we'll call it good at an episode that's a little longer. I didn't really have... there was some oddities about this game. There was one spot in the middle. I don't even remember what happened. I'm just wondering what the hell was going on with this game because it got a little goofy. I don't remember the context of it because it was probably a good month ago now. But overall, I did definitely have fun. I'm not like a huge fan of gimmick fights, but I think from here on out, there's probably at least one gimmick fight. And arguably, it's not really even a gimmick fight if it's something that, you know, something like Shinryu. I didn't like the way they handled that because Omega was right out in the open. What was it, like 5 squares to get around it, and if you touch any section, it just forces you into that battle. But I did like that they put a save point there because you're never going to see that coming. Hey, I used that weapon. I wonder if that's because I had that equipped at the time. A bigger Kara? Okay. Oh, she got up to level 42 by the end there. Oh. Yeah, Red Mage, I don't know if it ever had a use. Normal is definitely where it's at after you complete everything. I think Dragoon was relatively useless. Maybe people can say Those of you that have played through this game can say your favorite classes and how they help. Red Mage was just good for dual cast, but as you can see, I really didn't need to dual cast. I was kind of overpowered. Like, that's kind of what Quick does anyway. But Quick plus dual cast would obviously be a quad cast. So, I mean, there's that. I mean, I guess you could do it with Dimension Magic, but they must be using the weapons they ended with, because she just swung with the Ragnarok. But I absolutely hated how they handled Shinryu. That's just, I don't like long periods of where there's not a save point, because they put that save point not only after Shinryu, after a long stretch of events happened, but it's the screen after, and it was protected by another boss, which was kind of a pushover, but it just, I don't like when they do stuff where if you haven't played this or you don't remember playing through this, it's going to kill you, and you have to do all of that stuff again, because there were like 4 or 5 bosses, plus the monsters getting there are just kind of a pain in the butt anyway. So I hated how they handled that, but at least there was the save point there. I could... Because it didn't seem right. Like, it did definitely seem like we were coming to the conclusion of this game. So it didn't really make sense. Oh, yeah, Lena was 42. It didn't make sense that there was no save point in that just gargantuan stretch. I think they probably could have put that a little better. I don't like dumb tricks like that to make you redo a bunch of the game. And the way one was in a chest. I don't know why Shinryu was in a chest and the other one was out walking around. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, again, you're never going to see it coming, and I don't like instant game over traps like that. Because it does, too. It opens up with that water attack that deals 7,000 damage to everybody. So if you just didn't happen to have a coral ring equipped there, you're just dead. There's nothing you can do about it. Just instant game over. Obviously, I don't like script these. I just kind of talk about it as I go through it and remember. But I don't have any major complaints about it, because Final Fantasy was still kind of experimenting with classes. The next game will get... I mean, there's still kind of like people that are set in roles, but you don't have classes anymore until... I don't think there are, actually, after that. They kind of get away from the class system as well. Like, Dragon Quest kind of takes up that mantle, but Final Fantasy kind of gets away from it a little bit. You still have people that specialize, but I did like that overall. It seems like it could potentially, if you're just randomly going through it and you didn't do any class grinding, that's really the only thing I'd change, is probably not class grind as much. I just wanted to get through everything. And just see what everything had to offer. And once I knew that one thing gave you X fight, that was pretty much the end of that. I needed the 2 fighters to have that. And that is such a deadly combination, Mystic Knight plus X fight. Even though I didn't totally use it a lot, as long as you're putting something with non-element. But the stuff that was weak to elements plus 8 attacks through through X fight, that was hilarious. I enjoyed every part of that. But anything else that I really... No, like I said, I don't have any major complaints on it. Like, even Shinryu, like, that fight can be forgiven because he's obviously the strongest boss in the game. It's just the save point that could have been handled a little more appropriate through that. Really racking my brain to think of anything else that... I think I briefly touched on it, but like, there's some of the classes, obviously there was a huge amount of classes to pick from. It seemed like Black Mage was kind of useless. It seemed like Dragoon might have been useless. It seems like Red Mage was arguably useless if you didn't want double cast. I don't know if Mediator had uses, but most of the classes I actually got some use from. A Thief is largely useless. Thief takes too long to do anything. There's probably some decent equipment I could have stolen or something. I did experiment with steel a little bit. Probably not enough. I keep saying and I told myself I'm not going to do that anymore, but here we are. That's what happens when you don't don't have what you're going to say beforehand. But yeah, obviously Exdeath is meant to be a little more challenging than he was. He didn't even really get that many turns in, even in his final form there, just because I was so fast. And I think they probably could have made that fight a little stronger. But again, it's probably just because of my class grinding that I was so powerful. But anyway, that's it. At the end of the day, had fun with it. It was a good experience. Another Final Fantasy game checked off the list. The next Final Fantasy starts the games where when I started this channel almost 12 years ago, it starts where like I really wanted to get into those games. The original plan was a game a year. So that will be the 7th one, so I'm behind by about 5 years. But that's fine, we've had other stuff to play. But I could ramble on forever, but that will be it for Final Fantasy V. Thanks for taking the journey with me. We had a good old time, drowned some turtles, killed a tree, and just absolutely destroyed everything. And that's it. The world is restored to balance. So that's it. I'm Takamasaur. See you later.